Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I hope that you are having a great day. I know that it is Thursday, and I'm not normally here on Thursday, although I was here last Thursday, but that's a long story. I decided to come before you today since I did not come before you on Sunday, and I will do my best to be back here tomorrow as well. But I should say the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Not only are you viewers, but you are participants. I won't share the link today because I'm by myself. I see it's kind of lagging a little bit, but I know that it'll catch up. I know why it's doing it, so hopefully it'll stop. But anyway, we won't be here that long, and I know I always say that, but I end up being here long. But today we're going to be talking about Americans planning to economic boycott to rise against Trump and the machine. Of course, you guys know that there's going to be an economic blackout tomorrow, which is the 28th of February. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about it. So we're just going to spend some time talking about it. And I want to know, the question is, are you guys going to participate? Why or why not? So anyway, who's on here? T-Pal, how you doing? Long time no see. Gary Mack, what's going on with you? Sunlight, how are you? And current affairs with Sarah, I hope that you're doing well. It says, Buenas tardes, Senora Demetra K. And trust me, I don't know any Spanish at all. Let me remove this so it'll stop lagging, and then I can bring it back up if I need to. And I'm starting to sweat. Deborah, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. It is my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Sakina, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. So we'll give everybody just a moment to come on here, and then of course we'll go ahead and get started. So yeah, Brother Don, my triple OG moderator, hope you are doing well. And again, shout out to all the moderators. You all do a wonderful job on making sure that the chat stays intact. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, and everybody else can come on when they get here. So, okay, there is an economic blackout that's supposed to take place tomorrow. And it's supposed to be 24 hours of no spending. Now it says if you absolutely have to do some spending, shop local. Okay, and there's a bunch of them going on, like a bunch of different boycotts here and there. So I tried to prize all that's going on. But they say if you have to, shop local. And if you're participating in the Black American or Black boycott that actually started on February 1st, then you're only supposed to buy Black or local if you absolutely have to. But the premise is not to spend any money tomorrow. Okay. Now, it says they're protesting due to rolling back of DEI from different corporations. Of course, you guys know Target, Walmart, Amazon, and a whole host of other ones. Also, they're protesting corporate greed and Trump eliminating DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion on the federal level. Again, now there'll be several boycotts. One is the People's Union. This is a white guy. And I guess his thing is corporate greed. They want to protest against that. And they also plan on boycotting several other companies, I think each month or something like that. So I guess Target is one of them that's first. You also have the Target boycott that started by Al Sharpton, and he's doing actually a buy-in. Of course, you guys saw him go to Costco to spend money with them for saying, thank you so much for not getting rid of DEI. And then you have Jamal Bryant, who is doing the Target fast. So you're supposed to fast 40 days from Target. Of course, again, Target decided that they were going to acquiesce to Trump and get rid of their DEI. And so then again, Walmart, Amazon, Nestle. I don't know what Nestle did, but I guess maybe they got rid of their DEI programs as well. They're supposed to be targeted next. There's also a Latino freeze. Now they are protesting against DEI, being rolled back. They're also protesting for the government reducing money for the National Institute of Health and Actions on Immigration. So, of course, the Latino community is not happy with Trump's mass deportation efforts. And it's not just Latinos that are being deported. It's actually a whole host of other people that are not American citizens. But I guess they're taking that on personally. So they're also not spending any money. And they said they're actually going to take it a little bit longer. And I've seen a couple other people in the Black community say they're going to take it a little longer as well. So it remains to be seen. So what I want to know from you all is, are you going to be boycotting tomorrow? Why and or why not? So let's see who else came on here. Tommy, how you doing? Why the eyeballs? Oh yeah, my hat. I got my hat on today. I just washed my hair. My daughter passed by my office. She says, "Oh, you being lazy." I said, "I know." I just didn't feel like really going through it, putting, the edge control and all that on it. So I just put my hat on, but I promise I won't be doing this too much. I don't think. Deborah says, I will not participate. I will buy black. Okay. So if you don't mind me asking, why aren't you going to participate? And Lily, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Big Mac, what's going on with you? Says you should change the word Americans in your title to Democrat shields. You know what? I should have called you when I was thinking of a title. But yeah, I don't know. Is it just Democrat shields that are doing the boycott, or is it a whole host of other people? Somebody says, Demetra, I wasn't going to participate because I'm not agreeing with protesting. Oh, my comments are rolling up fast. Protesting DEI rollbacks. However, I changed my mind because this will be a fight against corporate greed. I'm down for that. Okay. Sean, how you doing? He says, I will not partake in such foolishness. So you say you're not going to do the blackout, the boycott. You're going to, if you need to, shop, right? Is that what you're saying? And Boondock Paint, how you doing? Says DEI benefits white women. We're trying to tell them, but for whatever reason, they ain't listening. Yanni, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Jamarcus, what's going on with you? Corey, how are you? Says, nope. We need to be boycotting the crime in our communities first. I totally agree with you. There's a whole lot of things we can be doing besides boycotting Target. And, most of us already know Target and Walmart, they've been racist before they got rid of DEI, if we're going to consider that racist. But they've had some racist occurrences go on long before they got rid of DEI. And of course, we know that DEI mostly came into play after the murder of George Floyd. A lot of these corporations got guilt, I guess, and they felt like, let's do something for Black people. And I guess they called themselves doing the DEI thing. But again, y'all said it, white women still benefited the most from that, not us. So, we have bigger fish to fry. I totally agree. Sherry, how you doing? Says none of this will help the Black community. I don't give a damn about these other people. Not one damn bit. Damn. Says, well, but I bet the Latino community goes to work. Black people, this is none of our damn business. Yeah, but it's a lot of Black people that's in on it. Al Sharpton, of course, we know he's a charlatan. Jamal Bryant, he's a charlatan as well. And it's a hustle now. They're all gonna glom on to the latest thing to keep especially Black people mad, right? Keep us mad. Target is your enemy. We need to go after them. It's like, Target is the enemy? Okay. Tommy says this doesn't hurt 401ks or jobs of poor workers as layoffs. He said okay, so layoffs. Yeah, I know there's a lot of layoffs. What's it? Starbucks recently laid off 1,100 people in their corporate offices. It's going to get worse. And I talked to a friend. He works a lot of overtime. He says their company got rid of the overtime all the way across the board, and the whole company, there's no overtime. And he's like, damn, and he's worked overtime a lot. He's like, I'm gonna have to pick up a second job because, overtime is just gone. So I don't know. Simo, he says, I'm not boycotting. Doesn't benefit me either way. Buying Black is best show of support. Yeah, we should be talking about that opposed to going after Target, right? Alan, how you doing? Says no boycott for you. Who else? And Deborah says our fight. Oops, it says our fight is not on. And then I think your comment cut off. Belinda, how you doing? It says they're protesting, but punching a clock right at the job for the white man. So it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? But you're not protesting Meta. Meta, owns Facebook, Instagram, and all the other ones, and Twitter, I guess, or X. Nobody's really boycotting that much. But they want to fashion these boycotts on social media. And it's like, well, you kind of got to go the whole way, right? Because Mark Zuckerberg was sitting right behind Trump. So you tell me. Tracy, how you doing? Johannes, how you doing? It says half of these folks work at the places they work at. So I think you meant they're boycotting. Is that what you mean? In current affairs with Sarah, he says boycott for better schools and better resources in our community. Yep. Or, we should be having, since we got each other's attention now, We should be talking about pooling our money together, practicing group economics, but going out to Target and Walmart, I mean, they're going to be okay regardless. Nashawn, how you doing? It says, who are the, it says, who are exactly the immigrations? So you're asking who are the immigrants? Well, I mean, you name it, right? The people who don't belong here, or how should I say this? People who didn't come here legally, people who are not citizens. So there's people who are immigrants who came here legally in the right way, but then there's people who didn't, like a lot of the ones that came under the Biden Harris administration, if that makes any sense. Tommy says, okay, so what you're trying to say, this doesn't hurt 401ks or jobs or poor workers as layoff. Okay, so you said it again. Okay, yep, I got what you meant, Johans. And Trinity, how you doing? It says distracted. Deshaun says, oh, so you will not support people who choose because of color is foolishness? Not sure what that means. So you will not support people who you choose because of color is foolishness. I guess I'm not understanding that. But maybe if you could write it over, it could be just me. I don't know. Sean, you say some of us want to remain sleeping and believe the Democrats' propaganda. Yeah, because that's what it is at this point. Lisa, how you doing? Says, hi, Demetra. I'm catching you during my lunch break. I get my black paycheck tomorrow. And if I need something, I'm going to go get it. I know that's right. Hey, Brother Reggie, you up? He says, I highly doubt this will move the needle at all. Folks will be back at them stores on March 1st. And they already up in there. Don't believe the hype. Online talking about I ain't going to Target, and they be up in Target and Walmart. Hey, OG, how you doing? Long time no see. He says there's nothing wrong with boycott. It says a boycott. I think that's what you meant. But you just have to boycott for the right reason. But black people should buy black and don't worry about everybody else. Yeah, that's what we should be doing, right? But we're targeting Target. When I say we, I mean them. Ready, Fred, how you doing? Says, heard someone call it selective outrage. Yes. I said I was going to coin a term if it's not already contagion outraging, which means if he's outraged, then it spreads. Well, then I'm outraged too. Well, why are you outraged? I don't know. I just am because they were outraged. Okay, then I'm outraged. Nobody really even knows why they're outraged, right? So it's contagious. It just keeps spreading and spreading until somebody says, should we be outraged? Like, what are we doing? We're just mad. But yes, Yanni says, I'm not participating, but they pick a day when black people who get paid on the first get their checks, make it make sense. Right. Well, I mean, if you're going to do it, you should be disciplined whenever you get your checks, but I get it. Because, yeah, most people too, like if you have like county services or SSI and stuff, you're going to get your money tomorrow because the first is on Saturday. So, yeah, interesting. And OG Jesse, you say there's nothing wrong with a boycott. Okay, so yeah, you put your comment over twice. I think you probably was trying to correct it. And Deborah, he says, our fight is not with a boycott for DEI. We are on another level. We are economic force, $1 billion, trillion, almost $2 trillion strong. Together, our dollar makes us strong. Yeah, but we just keep giving the money away. 97% of it, right? Hey, Ricky, how you doing? Says, why are you on here looking like glazed peaches? Is that what I look like? Okay. But I hope you're having a great day. And Brother Don says, if you don't care about none of this, boycott America if you want to do something. Explain that. Boycott America. And Johansson says, boycott fast food. Yeah, I've been doing that. I'm actually kind of scared to eat at fast food. It's kind of a phobia I got over the last couple of years because it's like, what y'all doing up in there? And, no shade to them, but like I always say, especially with fast food, I think they should be making at least $20, $25, $30 an hour. And not minimum wage, because some people say, oh, they shouldn't be making that. Oh, yes, they should, because they're dealing with your food. And when they're dealing with your food, you want them to be as happy as possible. You don't want them to be disgruntled, talking about I'm only making $7.25 and putting your food together. I need you to be happy in what you're making if you're dealing with my food. That's just kind of how I see it. Thunder, how you doing? I've missed you. I was here on Tuesday. I don't know if you were here Tuesday, but yes, Sunday I was gone. I was in California, but I'm back. Sunlight says, I will definitely be buying black tomorrow. I just got my tax return. Ooh, you about to cha-ching. Says, thank God I got the time to spend it on this blackout day. Yes, indeed. And I'm sure a lot of Black businesses will be happy, for your business. Yeah, I mean, we should be doing that anyway. Buying Black, shopping Black as every day. It shouldn't even be something we have to remind ourselves to do, right? Reggie says, about to go back to sleep. Okay, well, good night, good morning. Stephen James, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And thank you, Brother Reggie, for asking people to hit the like button on your way out. Leroy Brown, what's going on? He says, this will keep the 92 percenters busy for a day. And I guess the 78 percenters as well. That's Black men who voted for Kamala. Somebody says, I think this will be an effective tool against the 1%. Yeah, one day, just one day, I think it'll definitely get attention, but for it to actually have a lasting effect, you're gonna have to do it longer. They'll be hurt one day, right? They'll have a slump for one day, but if you're really trying to sock it to them, you're gonna have to do it longer than that. Like the bus boycott in Alabama, they did it for over a year. And then finally it was like, okay, but again, they bankrupted the Black-owned bus company. That's a whole different story, but yeah, it needs to take place for a very long time, because you got to think about who we're talking about. Walmart, very wealthy. Amazon, eventually they're talking about boycotting Jeff Bezos, Target, and whoever else is out there. So they got a lot of money. And Elon, he's the richest man in the world. Will people stop buying Teslas and, all the other stuff that they got going on? It was Tim Cook, I think, of Apple. He was standing behind, if I'm not mistaken, Trump as well, Google. So how far do we go? Let's see here. Ready Freddy says, I like that. Contagious, outrageous. Yeah, it's just contagious. Gary says, no boycott. I support Trump and policies. And my Black people, if we own our businesses, we won't have to worry about them people hiring us. Come on now. It's really, I don't want to say it's that simple, because obviously there's things we got to do to get back to that, but it really kind of is. If we are, amongst ourselves, we ain't got to worry about all of that. Once the sunlight is coming in here, so it's pixeling a little bit. Okay, Nashawn says, what's crazy, Demetra? People give themselves these self-sabotaging names. Okay. And Tommy says 50% of the workers at my local Walmart are Black or so-called brown, male and female. Yeah, Walmart actually is one of the corporations that hires the most Black people. Look it up. And then of course they say the federal government, but Walmart, yeah, it's a lot of Black people working at Walmart. And Thunder says, DK, I want you to know I wasn't with the mutiny that that Donovan was stirring up in your absence. He kept saying he's the captain now and beating his chest when he was saying it. I believe it. That's okay. He won't be doing it again. I'm just playing. Saint LLC, I hope that's how you say it. How you doing? It says, I will continue to shop at Wally World and Target, period. We need to also support Black-owned businesses. Yeah, we should have been doing that. And speaking, you done conjured up the devil. Donovan says, this buying Black in Target still puts money in Target's pockets. Yeah, there was a church or something. They went in the Target and they were buying up all the Black products. And it's like Target is still getting that money. Y'all don't know how that works. Y'all think that the Black businesses just went in there saying, hey, Mr. Target, never mind me. I'm just going to go put this on the shelf if you don't mind. And I'm going to be on about my way. That's not how that works. The Target is getting money from it. So, yeah. Trinity says Maxwell Chicambusto. Buso. And who is that? That girl, how you doing? Says, so I'm supposed to boycott so white women and immigrants could get more jobs? No thanks. Yeah. If you really boil down to it, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Because DEI don't benefit us. But again, that's why I say your Al Sharptons and your Jamal Bryants and all these, your Tamika Mowry's, all them, it's a grift. It's now a grift. Oh, they mad at Target? Okay, bet. We about to get at the helm of this and, call ourselves Black leaders and we lead the boycott. That's all this is. But that's who it'll benefit. Sunlight says a few of my favorite Black businesses are, it says Garner's Garden, Butterskin, and Actively Black. Yeah, I be looking at Actively Black stuff, but they stuff is high. The workout gear is like $100 for some leggings. I'm like, Oh, but I do like their stuff. I do like their stuff. And Butterskin, I know who they are. I've never used their stuff though. Thunder says buy black, and if you can, buy direct. Yep. Sunlight says Demetri, not he says not one day, multiple days. Indeed, yeah, it has to go on. Nashawn, he says we also need to support the Latino community. Last time I checked, I saw a dark skinned woman that was Latino. She was very, very. I don't know what that means. What you mean by that? What you talking about, Willis? Hey, Raven, how you doing? Says I'm only in for a serious boycott for FBA reparations, just like the Montgomery bus boycott, which lasted for over a year. There you go. That had an impact, a negative one and a positive one, unfortunately. And Daryl, how you doing? Says take your money and buy stocks in those companies instead. You will have a seat at the shareholders meeting. You ain't lying. Hey, Miss White, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Don Roy, what's going on? It says they're doing this for Ozempic. You crazy? Ozempic Sharpton, the coward. Damn. I actually think Al Sharpton is doing it for himself. You know, it's just another grift. Like, why would you take black people into Costco and spend money when you could be spending that with black businesses? He's a grifter. Sugar Mama, how you doing? Says, yes, me and my family will participate in the economic blackout February 28, 2025. Okay. You don't mind me asking, and what is your reason? You don't have to tell me if you don't want. Nashawn says, we need to support the Latino community. Last time I checked, I saw a dark-skinned Latino woman. She was very, very, very dark. Okay. So is that your reason that we need to support the Latino community? Because it was a very, very dark-skinned Latino woman? If you don't mind me asking, kind of confused there. Corey, did I say hello to you? How you doing? It says the Dems grifters. Yeah. And Steven, he says, when will black people in mass stop being bamboozled, hustled? Let us stay stray. I mean, it said, let us stray or stay confused and abused. Yeah. And that's why what we are doing here, all of us, is important. We just continue to try to wake people up and say, do you know that boycotting them because of DEI is actually going to be helping white women more? That's who benefits from it the most. It's not us. It's a lie. DEI is a lie, you know, because we're not included. Not like that, right? So, I don't know. We just kind of need to wake up and stop falling for everything. Corey says, no, we don't. Eternity says, monetary, tangible reparations. He says African Americans save the people, save America, save the world. Okay. Gerard, how you doing? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Says, I thought the blackout was a black boycott, but it seems it's race neutral and nationwide for any large corporation. Yeah, so there's a lot of people. Seems like they jumped onto it. The People's Union, Latino, they call it Latino freeze, where they're saying hold your money unless you're spending with Latino businesses. Of course, Black Americans, they're doing it. Al Sharpton's gotten in the ring. Jamal Bryant, he's doing the Target. I think I'm okay. I thought I froze up for just a minute. It was kind of scary. So yeah, Jamal Bryant, he's doing a 40-day fast, I guess, for Target. They're gonna, not do that for 40 days. Sunlight says, Demetri, yes, actively black is high. I will only be copying a t-shirt, maybe. Yeah, because I looked a few times. I was like, okay, maybe they gonna come down on their price. I'm like, $100 for some leggings? Are they gonna do the exercising for me? Just curious. Hey, Hutch, how you doing? It says 1 day, 1 week will not make a difference. If we're not willing to do a minimum of full quarter, 3 months, then we're not doing anything that'll truly get their attention. I'm always for buying black, but like our previous leaders, ancestors, let's do it. Let's do it for years. The do not buy where you cannot work campaigns were credited with creating thousands of new jobs for African Americans during the Depression. They also demonstrated the effectiveness of direct action tactics such as boycotts. And your comment kind of cut off, but yes, indeed. John Turkey, what's going on with you? Said they must be Latino or Democrat shield. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that comment is about. Fat Son, how you doing? Long time no see. You say I'm late. Can you repeat for me real fast? Well, I was just basically talking about the companies that are going to be boycotting tomorrow. Tomorrow's the economic blackout where many Americans, from Latinos, the Black Americans, the white people, a whole host of people are going to be boycotting, meaning that they're not going to spend any money for 24 hours. If you have to spend any money, it's supposed to be local or Black owned or, Latino, if that's your thing. Okay. Tommy says the Montgomery boycott lasted 18 months. Back then, most businesses were still locally and privately owned. These are corporations. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the other thing, too, with these corporations, like if you get rid of them, especially in our communities, they have these food debtors. We already have them. And the other thing too is they allow your Walmarts and your Targets. But I remember really being a conversation around Walmart coming into the communities and closing down the mom and pop stores. So there was this argument saying, well, if you bring them in, it's going to harm the mom and pop stores that's been here forever. But then we need the jobs. So a lot of people, especially the city planning, there's like, okay, great, let's bring Walmart in and they'll bring jobs. But what kind of jobs are you bringing? Most people work at Walmart unless you're in corporate or management or something like that. You're not making no money. Walmart gets the I think it's the one corporation that gets the most government subsidies via their employees being on some sort of welfare because they just don't make enough money to take care of themselves. Jai Turkey says, I don't care if they saw a blue, Black, Latino, you crazy. I'm glad, Corey, that you're doing well. Josh B, how you doing? Says, what is that supposed to do? I don't know. I guess it's supposed to get their attention. I guess they're supposed to, like if you're going to do it for some time, then yeah. But a day, I'm sure they got the money somewhere to make up for that day. Is it going to hurt them? Probably, yeah, it'll hurt them a little bit. But is it going to be significant? No, because how many people that's boycotting is going to go back the next day, the first, when they get their money? That's what most people do the bulk of their shopping, especially if you get paid on the first, right? If you get paid once a month, most people go to like Costco, Sam's Club, or, get all the stuff that they need on the first. So it's like you boycotting the 28th because there's no 29th day in February. Then the first is Saturday. Saturday is a day that you're going to be going out and I don't know, go out to eat or whatever. So, I mean, people are just going to go and put that money right back in the next day. I don't know. 6MK Live, how you doing? Raven says, anytime we join with other groups, it will be watered down and we come up short always. Yeah, I think everybody else just kind of got came in and says, okay, well, we're going to do it too. Nashawn says, yes, Mr. Meacher, the reason why I say that, because it's a separation between the Black and Latinos. Look at their faces, the wide nose, the living conditions, etc. Okay, I get that. So you're basically saying we're kind of one and the same. Is that what you're kind of saying? However, I mean, that's always been a one-sided message. Latinos aren't necessarily trying to forge any alliance with us at all. And they've made that very clear. They're not trying to be with us. So we have to stop that trying to lock arms with people who are like, no, thank you. Bundy says, I'm going to buy a Black History book from my library. He says, about the first paramedics in America. Yes, I've heard about that story. Very interesting. Sounds like a good book to have too. I knew how you doing. It says, you are a worker, not a consumer. This will have no impact. You are a worker, not a consumer. Well, I would argue that people are both workers and consumers. Only the 1% really owns the means to production rather the machine, right? Rex, he says, one day, so okay, he came over here, but I'll repeat it again. It says, one day a week is enough. It says in the 30s, the Black community didn't shop for years at stores that citizens work at. He says, Google, don't buy where you can't work. Do it for a full year. Yeah, they're not going to do that. All right, so let's see. Donovan says, how dare you wear a California hat living in Houston, shaking my hand, make up your mind of who you with, laugh out loud. I'm by, I was going to say bi-coastal, but I don't know if it's Houston is on a different coast. Maybe, but I'll wear both. And I don't know if I have to think long and hard before I put a Texas hat on. I ordered a hat from a project. It's a store actually in Altadena, a Black owned store that burnt down. And I'm just waiting for them to send it to me. It's a red hat that says Altadena. So I'm waiting for that one to come in. It was kind of for like a charity to help them, get back up and running. And that hat wasn't cheap either. Sherry says, this is not going to stop nothing. I'm not going to help the Latino community at all, the races of it all. He says, why are we getting involved? Them going back home is helping us. I like, he says, what Floyd said, he hasn't been the best president that I know. So you talking about Floyd Mayweather. I know he met, or he was talking about Trump somewhere, and he said he likes Trump, but I didn't get the full conversation. So I had to see what that was about. Facts, not feelings. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. He says, there she is, my California girl. Yes, welcome back. I'm back. But I'm going back to California in May, if not sooner. And Tisha, how you doing? Long time no see. He says, so Tommy, talking to Tommy, he says, Tommy, he says, and corporations know how to mitigate loss. Yeah, come on now. What happened to boycotting Gucci? And you know who probably wear Gucci the most? We do. Gucci all the way down, head to toe. You see some of us, like, are your drawers Gucci too? It's crazy. But yeah, we was big mad at Gucci, wasn't we? I don't have anything Gucci. Gucci ain't getting my money. Quicks, how you doing? Says, I'm old enough to remember when my grandmother patronized black shoe shops. Come on now, restaurants. Then it says corner grocery, etc. Now it's Asian convenience stores and Chinese food stands in our community. Yep. And we go in there with all our money. Here you go. Here, take it all. But when a black business set up, it's like, well, I'm going to go over there. I guess. Or you have to be told, hey, there's a black business over there. So, yeah, it's really crazy. The Brat 160, how you doing? It says, let's not shop for Christmas. Oh, come on now. Or Thanksgiving, and let them know how much black people contribute to the economy. You better thank the black peoples. Yeah, and Farrakhan was calling for that. 2015, 2016, maybe even sooner than that. Hey, boycott Christmas, Black Friday, because that's where a lot of money is spent. So that's a possibility, right? If we're serious, you really want to boycott the system and all that. And listen, if you don't mind me saying, it's going to happen regardless. This boycott, trying to, get rid of the machine, that is going to happen because the oligarchs, Elon and them, I don't know necessarily what they're trying to do. They're saying they're trying to get rid of waste and stuff. But, a lot of people are losing their jobs in the process. Eventually, people are going to rise up and say, this ain't it. We've seen it happen in other, parts of the world where people like, damn, you done took everything from us. What else you going to take? You going to make us pay for air next? I better not say that too loud, right? Because there was a time we never thought we'd have to pay for water outside of, it coming out of your sink, right? Now there's bottled water and we don't even drink sink water anymore. I don't anyway. Fat Son says, this one I help black people. Sorry, not me. Facts Not Feeling says, it's so crazy to see blacks boycotting Target over DEI when blacks only make up 4% of DEI supervisory positions in U.S., while whites make up 76%. So yeah, but we don't want to listen to logic though. We're just emotional. And again, you don't think Al Sharpton and them know that? Jamal Bryant, Tamika Mallory, you don't think all of them know that? They know that. It's a grift because they probably like, all right, we don't really have much to do, anything really to glom on to now. So, okay, we going to glom on to this and we going to become the leaders of that. And it's like, first of all, y'all not our black leaders. Stop saying that you are. You're not. But they think that they are. So this is something they're doing. Jamal Bryant screaming and hollering and breathing all hard up in his church, talking about boycott and talking about I'm not scared. It's like, man, preach the word. You're doing too much, I got a video coming out about him on the African Diaspora News Channel next week. You guys are going to love it. I ain't going to tell you what it is. Y'all got to watch it. I think it's pretty funny. Thunder says, question, why aren't the Democrats celebrating the first person of color to head the FBI, or the first time in history American pardon czar that's a black woman? Yeah, Alice Johnson. She actually received a pardon from Trump. Kim Kardashian was instrumental in helping him do that. She was doing a lifetime sentence for a low-level offense of a drug offense or something, a black woman. And Trump made her the pardon czar. She gets to look over and see, who gonna be pardoned and all that. I don't even know if that's a job that was, before. It sounds like something is new. And he put a black woman who was a felon, by the way, and who was doomed to spend the rest of her life in prison. He put a black woman over that job. Now we know there's a lot of black people that need to be pardoned because they in there over some nonsense for a very long time. So yeah, but you're right. And you talking about Cash Patel, was he Indian? So I like how you put color in quotations. Dwayne, how you doing? Says as soon as Trump sends out those $5,000 checks, people will love him. Yeah, you know what? If I was him, I would do it. If y'all talking about y'all saving all this money, yeah, send out the money. Hey, Cooking with Miss D, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Fast Not Feeling says, I never worn a Gucci in my life. Says they would have to pay me to wear their label. Yeah, because other than that, you advertising for them. Double A, how you doing? Says, don't forget Louis. Yep, don't do Louis either. They can't get my money. I'm sorry. They couldn't get my money. I'm not giving them that kind of money for a label. I don't think so. Now, somebody was to give me something like that, okay, I ain't gonna tell you not to, but I'm not gonna go spend no money on that kind of stuff. Nah. And Thunder says this is a whole black woman and possibly FBA at the and the Dems aren't celebrating her. Nah, because then they'd have to actually say, oh, Trump does have somebody. And that, the pardon czar is a very important job. I mean, just think about that. How important that job is, and they're not making a big deal about that. But Ketanji Brown Jackson, and everything. But a pardons are, yeah, she's gonna be able to look over that and say, yeah, they've been in jail for 50 years for stealing bubble gum. Let them out. So I love it. L. Emmons, how you doing? Says them folks calling for an economic blackout. Forget it. It's the end of the month. The bills, food, essentials, right? Got to be brought. It says the rent and mortgages due. Good luck. Yeah, it's like nobody really thought that out. They gonna be right back in the store on the 1st. Brother Reggie, I thought you was going to bed. He says, and beware of these celebs pushing this boycott. They want to keep you distracted and miss the Epstein list that Pam Bondi is about to drop. So they say, right? She's taking a long time to drop it, though. I wonder why. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Miss D says, shut all those corporations down. We need money to survive. Yeah. See, that's the thing with the corporations. Corporations cannot keep going without the consumer. How many of us are going to not order anything from Amazon? At this point, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's hard to do. You think of something right now. Oh, you know what? Let me go on Amazon. I could probably get it tomorrow. Like my dad. I send my dad stuff. My dad is elderly, so he can't always, get out and about. And if he needs something, I send it to him via Amazon and they drop it off, So those are the things we have to think about. LaShawn says, okay, I'm late. Rush hour. See you later. Okay, well, you be careful out there. Stevie says a few years ago, Maryland tried to pass a rain tax. What is that? Sunlight says, Demetra, did you hear Cedric the Entertainer got Fiat cars for the Altadena residents? Oh, nice. I didn't hear that. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. Because, yeah, they lost their cars, That's what's up. Double A says, tap water is poisonous. Yeah, I don't drink it. L. Evans says, for myself, it's as business as usually. Okay. LaShawn says, excuse my text, I'm exhausted. No, me too. Thunder says, President Trump created that position. There you go. And he gave it to a black woman. A black woman who asked Obama, hey, first black president, can you let me out? And he didn't. But here comes Trump. He loves Allison. She loves him. And he gave her a job. And she's supposed to be rotting in prison right now. It's crazy. And amazing all at the same time. Yanni says, I think this is them, scared Dems, silent way of testing us to see if we're still going to run. If we see one black person run, he says, if you know, then you know. And Brother Don says, they all with the crew, the raccoon gang. Where is my raccoon? I don't even know. It's somewhere around here. Maybe it ran away. Double A says Byron Donalds wants to be governor of Florida. Yes, I saw that. He's going to be running for the governor of Florida. I heard that Ron DeSantis' wife is supposed to be running as well. I mean, I think Byron has a good chance of winning. They seem to like him. They being Republicans, right? What was that other cat's name? I think it was in North Carolina. He's a black guy. He got into a lot of trouble with some porn stars. They caught him on Ashley Madison or something crazy, and ain't heard from him since. Nashawn says, "Oh, and I saw 3 Latinos coming out of McDonald's, and the food is not nasty. Thank the Lord. I don't eat at McDonald's, but I take your word for it." Facts Not Feeling says the black woman better do the right thing and pardon all those black political prisoners from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Man, I surely hope so. I really hope so. Because Alice is what? She's in her 60s. So she's in, she's not old, but she's up there, right? But that would be awesome. Because most of them, the political prisoners, they're, late 60s, 70s, and even 80s. So yeah, I think it's time. Hey, Easy, where have you been? I'm world famous. Sister Shirley, what's going on with you? Fast Not Feeling says Fiat cars are cheap. Get those residents a Toyota. Yeah, well, I don't know how many he got. I wish I could buy everybody a Fiat. That would be nice, but that's cool that he did do that, because not having a car and a house it's a lot to deal with. Trust me, I know. I lost both of those in a fire too, my truck and a house. So I know what that's like. You also say, I have a funny suspicion Obama does not really like black women like that. Kind of same vibe I get from Kamala. Well, Michelle is black. She very black. So I don't know. I just, black woman, she had already served, sounds like a significant amount of time when she had asked Obama, didn't grant her a pardon, but here comes Trump. And that's why I say too, I know a lot of people don't like Kim Kardashian, and I'm not telling you to like her, but at least that heifer using her, what she has to bring awareness to the injustices that are going on inside of those prisons, and, using her platform to free people. And a lot of those people look like us, right? So, and I know she did it with the help of 2 black women lawyers. I don't know if that's what if they worked on Alice's case. Maybe they did. I don't know. So yeah, she's, pitching in money and using her voice and stuff like that. So, Michelle says DeSantis did a good job for Floridians. He is now trying to make it where you do not have to pay property tax. If he does that, his wife will win. I heard they're thinking about something like that in Texas now. If they do something like that in Texas, oh, that's a game changer. Oh, that's a game changer right there. If they get rid of the property taxes, man, I might try to buy me 2 houses. I'm just kidding, just one. But yeah, property taxes, they're very high. I think in Texas, they're the highest in the nation, if I'm not mistaken, which is what makes me think, why would they get rid of it? I don't know. It remains to be seen. But you're right. That would be a game changer for Florida. That's Edgy. How you doing? It says, I wish you podcast every day. Then I wouldn't miss your show. I think, I was thinking about doing a show every day. I just had to position myself to do that. I mean, I probably could 5 days a week. I'd have to be home. I have to work on it. I don't know. I might. I'll try, but I can't be here long because I've been lost my voice. Brother Don says it ran away to be with those more like him. So you talking about the guy in North Carolina? Is that he talking about? Speed, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Or I think that's how you said it. But anyway, walaikum salam to you. And Brother Thunder says, with all that President Trump is doing, would I be called a nocturnal creature with a permanent burglar mask if I hang a picture of our current POTUS in my house, or is that too soon? I mean, it's your house. You do what you want to do in your house. If that's how you feel, you do what you must. Am I saying it right? Because it's S8P. Says, nice to see you alone nice to see me alone at last. Okay. Well, nice to see you. Double A says, don't give Toyotas the engines are blowing, so they're not dependable like they used to be. Hey, Bakari, how you doing? Thank you. He says, we are all we got, period, point blank. Yep. S. Edgy says they should get rid of property taxes. Yeah, that would totally be a game changer. Michael, how you doing? It says, Demetri, how are you doing today? I cannot complain. Says I had a meeting with Gene Wu staffers and they were skeptical about cash payment reparations. I pushed back against his staff. I am following up with them. Okay, well, keep us posted. Yeah, I imagine they are pretty skeptical. Y'all heard about the Republican assemblyman in California? He's proposing reparations in the form of a Freedmen's Bureau and education and things like that. Now he's doing that in juxtaposition to that of the California Legislative Black Caucus that did not take the reparations bill to the floor to be vetoed or voted on. And I think it's very interesting. Of course, he's not interested really in getting us reparations. He said that not cash reparations, but he says, I think something should happen. But I think he's really doing it to tease the Black Caucus members who folded their arms when they shouldn't have been doing that. Brother Nine says, my little buddy. Who's my little buddy? Okay, Speed. I said it right. Okay, thank you. Hey, oh, how you doing? Long time no see. Where have you been? We're just discussing the boycott, the blackout that's supposed to be taking place tomorrow. You know, everybody's supposed to be boycotting Target. I guess they're the main target, no pun intended. 24 hours, no spending unless you have to. If you have to, rather, then you're supposed to do it locally or a Black business. And if you're Latino, they're also doing it. Shop with Latinos, but they're protesting against corporate greed, DEI being reversed in corporations and on a federal level. So the question was, are you going to do it? You know, Michael says foreign countries don't have property taxes to fund government programs. Yeah, somebody put something up the other day, and they showed all of the taxes that we pay as Americans. It's just mind blowing. I'm like, man, I'm surprised we got any money left. Whether it's property taxes, you tax at the store, you know, everything. If you go, you know, buy a concert ticket, there's taxes and there's fees. And it's just taxes everywhere. Gas tax. You know, in California, there's a huge gas tax. You know, it's like, man, what's the government paying for? You know, so I don't know. And Donovan says they use property tax to fund the schools and the roads in their cities and other things. So how can you do away with it? Listen, this morning we ran over a pothole. I thought it was a sinkhole. I thought we were going down under. So are they really using the money to fix the roads? I mean, Houston, the potholes are crazy. Some of these potholes is like, man, you could have towed my whole car up if I didn't see it, right? It's in the schools. I don't think I need to say much about that. Tidbits, did I say hello to you? If not hello, he says not rising against Trump right now. Yeah, well, they're trying to. As Edgar says, if Trump really worries about Blacks, he should pass an executive order that protects Blacks from police brutality. Yeah, he should. And he could on a federal level, just like Biden and we're saying, oh, we're trying to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. It only applies to federal officers, whether it's the CIA, Border Patrol, FBI, you know, things like that. And the chances of you being pulled over by Border Patrol, unless you're trying to cross the border, is probably slim. The FBI, if you're doing something funny on a federal level, they might, but it's usually the state and local police officers. So Trump doesn't have any jurisdiction over them. So that'd have to come from the states, you know, more locally. Daryl, you say if you have money, start a trailer park in California, you will make a fortune while helping others. That's true. Sister Shirley says, let's not go for the bill he's pushing in California. Oh, no, we know it's a joke, but I think it's more or less like he's trying to pull their card. They being the Black caucus members. Like, okay, I'm doing it what you got. Because y'all talking about, oh, we going to bring it up again one day. Yeah, right. And Facts Not Feeling says, yeah, I know Michelle is Black, but have you seen Obama show Black love to Michelle? Yeah, I have. Said I'm talking about, okay, come on now. He ain't going to slap on her ass. Let's be for real. He says, whisper in her ear, I've seen that. Give her that. See you later, baby. Look, I've seen that too. But I mean, they, well, he's not anymore. but they are, with the president and the first lady. I don't think he's gonna be doing that kind of PDA. You don't even slap her on the butt. That would be disrespectful to her. And even if she wants it, it's like, okay, the world is watching. Probably not gonna slap my wife on the booty in front of the whole world. Now, when they get behind, closed doors or in Air Force One, yeah, maybe. He says, all this is driven by Democrats. Yeah, it's a grift. It's a hustle to keep everybody mad. Because you think about it. Oh, and I know you know this. They got 4 years. That's a long time. And the last thing Democrats need to do is lose any more steam, because they've lost a lot of steam. So it's like, we got to keep them mad. We can't let them cool off. We got to keep them enraged. And we got to figure out ways to do that for 4 years, because we need to get back. We need to get back in the White House. So, yeah, it's just, this is all by design. But, yep. Brother Don says they can't eliminate property tax because the land under you belong to Britain. Okay, well, however they can do it, I hope that they can. Facts Not Feelings says those tax dollars are going to USAID overseas. And Donovan says, but that is the citizens' fault. Are they going to council to complain? Nope. I would say, in fairness, there's potholes all over Houston. No matter which neighborhood you live in, the potholes are crazy. Whether you're in the low income part of town, or River Oaks, or the Heights, or wherever, the potholes are horrible everywhere. So I doubt people aren't complaining. And the mayor, he's talked about it. Mayor Whitmire, he talked about, hey, we need to get these potholes under control, because they be tearing people's cars up. As Edgy says, all Trump is doing for blacks, for me, is just giving us Sunday off and throwing some biscuits here and there. I mean, Trump is probably not going to do a whole lot for black people, like the other presidents. Michelle says Trump blindly supports cops. He would never do anything to them. I agree. Yeah, he says he's down with the popo. But even if he did, he still has no jurisdiction over the states. Michael says, I emailed public commissioners in Georgia to stop eminent domain that had affected the Black American rural family for owning 600 acres. The Georgia court stopped eminent domain. Good news for now. Yeah, last time I heard that they didn't, but you're saying that they did stop the eminent domain. But that's not rare. They do that to a lot of black people on the land. Oh, we need it. Or they'll sell it to a corporation that wants to build, apartment complexes or something. They'll just sell it off. And get away with it. It's crazy. Speed says the name Speed was a slave master's name. It says a hemp plantation. It says Joshua Speed. Joshua, is that what it is? Speed. And Joseph Speed was the general attorney under Abraham Lincoln. It says one of them was Mr. Lincoln's. What? He was. Abraham Lincoln was. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, but okay. Tidbit says letting them clean up government right now, make the Democrats nervous, lose jobs, go to jail. It remains to be seen. Daryl says, let's try the social experiment. Instead of giving billions to native tribes, let's offer education and grants. They would not do that to them. Why do it to blacks? Yeah, give us the money. We can go educate ourselves if that's what we want to do. We don't need you to tell us what to do with the money, You laugh, in fact, not feelings, because you ain't gonna see Obama slapping Michelle on her booty. Michelle says, Michael says, I got NAASD to drop HR 40 and embrace cash payment reparations for Black American freedmen of chattel slavery. And who is this NAASD, if you don't mind me asking? I'm doing well, Tidbits, and I hope the same for you. As she says, Demetria, Trump tries to have jurisdiction over whites overseas in South Africa, meaning he can also take strong action to protect his domestic black population. He don't have no power over there either. Trump ain't got no power in South Africa. Well, what? He could take the money away? And Cyril Ramaphosa says, okay, great. It wasn't doing that much. We're not really going to miss it. I think it was 30 million or something like that. We're not going to miss that. So South Africans are actually rejoicing, Black South Africans, because like, okay, great. Now, y'all, we don't have any ties to y'all, and we can do what we need to do. Don't come over here. But Trump did offer the Afrikaners, I think that's how you call them, y'all can have refugee status in America. And they were like, oh, well, no. See, they want Trump to go over there, with military and all of that and try to take and protect them. It's like, good luck. Good luck with that. Donovan says, James Carville said, let them be mad and then come in and save the day toward the end of 4 years. Yeah, it might be too late. Because a lot could happen in 4 years. I mean, from what I hear from a lot of people, they're glad that Trump is doing what he said he was going to do. That's the sentiment that I've heard. People are not too mad at him trying to get to the bottom of the waste and things like that. It just remains to be seen, what's really going to come out of it. Ultimately, I think is, to serve the oligarchy, the 1%, but, will it trickle down to the everyday commoners? Mission Vision, how you doing? Sunlight says, FYI, Silver and Riley is a Black-owned luxury handbag company. Yes, and Telfar, too. Telfar is a Black-owned company. I want to get one. I'm just waiting for them to make one that I like. But, yeah, Telfar is Black-owned. Facts Not Feeling says, Trump is only down with the police until the police do something to him, right? Lisa says, potholes are horrible in San Antonio, too. Shaking my head. Maybe it's a Texas thing. I don't know. FBA Queen, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Says, I'm not boycotting anything with Hispanics. This is the trick. That Black and Brown alliance is non-existent. Yep, only until, they need us. Come on, let's get together. Let's boycott. It's like, no, y'all first. Come over here and help us get reparations, and then we'll think about it, But they run around talking about, we need reparations too. It's like, okay, now y'all want to do the Victim Olympics with us. Got it. Raven and Donovan, you put a link in there. I can't see it, but what is the link? And Raven says it's refreshing to watch Hero Food Service launch. Says the executive team was Black owned with a Muslim CEO, director, NOI, and Christian leadership in vice president position. He says the coalition caters to no religion, but was created targeting Black communities with non-toxic foods and offer affiliate positions to Black people who want to earn extra money. Okay, I'm gonna have to go on there. And here, I'll put it up so y'all can see the link toward the end, Raven, Madi.com. So I will definitely be checking that out. Sunlight says, I heard a while back that Lincoln was a Melungian. What is that? Sound like some out of space or something. Okay, Michael, you say the National Assembly of American Slavery Descendants. Okay, got you. Facts Not Feeling says, have you heard of a Black and Brown coalition in Mexico? Me neither. Nah, they don't even hardly like the Black, Mexicans out there, the dark-skinned Mexicans. They be doing them dirty as well. And Raven says, Hero is wholly Black-owned. I love to hear it. Somebody says, I think Trump pulled the Boers card. Yeah, because they was like, well, we really don't want to leave. Could you come over here? Can you make them be nice to us? And then they got their own Arania. They got their own white town where you can't, a white town for white people only on the continent of Africa in South Africa. Whites only. They want to keep it white. And I'm like, oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. I'm not in South Africa, but it seems like to me they need to be going over there with flags and saying, yeah, we want to live right here. How you going to set up an all-white town in Africa? You couldn't go nowhere in Europe and set up an all-Black town or nowhere where all white people are and say, oh, I'm going to set up an all-Black portion over here if you don't mind. It's crazy. And then the audacity. So I don't know. That's going to be interesting to watch. But it's crazy. Sonny, how you doing? Says, I have 2 Telfar bags. I love them. My daughter has 2. I don't have any. You know what I don't like about the Telfar bag? Maybe somebody need to get over. They have the 2 straps. So they have the long strap and then they have that short like handle strap. And I'm like, I don't need both. So that's why I haven't gotten one. And I'm not a real big, designer purse type of person. I like to keep it simple. But if I was to get one, it would be a Telfar. But I'm waiting for them to come out with one that I can use. And let's see. The Sunlight says, Demetra, can you put the link in the chat? Let's see if I can. But I don't know. Maybe you can see it up here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Because if I put it in the link, you won't be able to click it. Michael says, Don. Okay, so you're talking to Donovan. Maureen, how you doing? Long time no see. You're welcome, Raven. Donovan says the link is Bureau of Indian Affairs that still exists today within the Interior Department. The Freedmen's Bureau should still exist, but it doesn't. Why? Well, Kamala was trying to put the brown people in there. She's trying to put the brown people in the Freedmen's Bureau. Black and brown. It's like, was some brown people picking cotton? What you talking about? Okay, got you. Sunlight is Melungian. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Is a mixed person. I heard the term before. I just didn't know what it meant. A mixed person. I mean, aren't we all? Yeah, so he might be mixed, right? If you kind of look at Abraham Lincoln, yeah, you can see that, right? And there it says, what FBAs are doing is a beautiful thing. You even got white people up in Canada rattled. Okay. And that little handle, Sonny, it's crazy. I can't get with it. It would just make me mad. It would get in the way. King Shaw, how you doing? Says FBAs all day. We are representing for sure. Raven says, lastly, Demetri Hero buys all of his poultry, vegetables, and fruit from black farmers. I know that's right. I'm definitely going to check it out. And Charlie, how you doing? Says people will need to still buy eventually, so buy small. It will be a little more, but screw the billionaires. If you need coffee, I've got you covered. Okay, I'll put that up there. At Earth Roast Coffee. Yeah, that's where you have to get back to. The mom and pops. These corporations, they got enough money, but they kind of got people locked. People are locked in now. Like I said, can you imagine not buying anything from Amazon? Or not going to Walmart or Target or I don't know. Where do you go? I mean, I'm not out there spending money like that. Like I said, it comes in handy, especially Amazon. If I have to send my father something, makes it easier for him. But other than that, most I ever do money I spend at one time, besides, overhead like rent and stuff, is groceries. That I will do. And I'm sweating. Sunlight says Demetri K for the handbag company. Oh, Telfar. So it's Telfar. Telfar. And they're on Instagram and all that. It's pretty cool. Black owned company. And I know Beyonce has she in her song, she says she's putting up all her Hermes bags and she's gonna be carrying her Telfar. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, they've been around for a minute. And they have these real nice campaigns and stuff that they feature to get people interested in the bags, but they're nice bags. Like I said, my daughter has 2 of them. She finagled one out of me. Let's see. And Brother Don says that's why, and he says that's why they put him on the copper penny as an insult. Okay, got you. Anyway, I'm right at an hour. So I'll be back here tomorrow. I think that is my plan. I'll be back here tomorrow, probably around the same time. Let's see. I'm here Sunday, Tuesday. Well, today's Thursday, Friday. So 4 days. 4 days, 5 days. So I might try to add another day. I just got to keep it at an hour. If I could keep it at an hour, then I'll be here more often to have, just little conversations with y'all on a regular basis. So anyway, and Mike, I'll get your last comment. Says Demetri, the NASD is inviting participants on April 29th to meet with the members of Congress and President Trump to issue cash payment reparations for Black American freedmen of chattel slavery. Okay, well, keep us posted. April 29th. And I have to look a little bit more into that. Anyway, I love and appreciate every last one of y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.